Hello and welcome to another episode of Flux Cyber. In this episode we're going back to tryhackme.com. I'm going to do one of the challenge rooms. This video will be pretty much me working through it, pretty much talking to myself to get to the end of the challenge. So the challenge is called Stolen Mount, and it's analysed network traffic related to unauthenticated file share access attempts, focusing on potential signs of data exfiltration. So I've already got that open, and the first thing we need to do is start our target machine. Whilst that's doing, we'll read the overview. So an intruder has infiltrated our network and targeted the NFS server where the backup files are stored. A classified secret was accessed and stolen. The only trace left behind is a packet capture PCAP file. Recorded during the incident. Your mission, should you accept it, is to discover the contents of the stolen data. So click Start Machine, which we've done. So we've started our attack box, and we have to find this flag. So I'm going to let that load, and then I'm going to come back to you when that's loaded, just to say that this, I'm not a professional cybersecurity analyst. I'm just learning, and I thought, if I'm going to do it anyway, I might as well record some videos, take the people that want to join along for the ride, and we can work through them together. So I'll be back when this is loaded. Okay, so we're back now with the desktop, and on here is challenge PCAP. Not sure what that is. Looks like some update or some description. Anyway, challenge PCAP. So I'm going to try and open that with Wireshark. So let's bigify that and let's see what we've got. So we've got a list of packets with the source and destination, what the protocol is, and some other data. So in the overview, it's the NFS server, and the mission is to discover the contents of the stolen data. Okay. So there's NFS. Let's have a quick scooch down. So we've got some access denied. Errors. Lots of lookups. I mean, this doesn't look like a massive packet capture, right? So I don't think it'll take too much time just to have a quick scroll through and see if there's anything that kind of jumps out. More lookups. Okay. Oh, there we go. So we've got hidden stash.zip. Can I copy that? Can I copy that out? I can. Right, okay. So on the right hand side I've just got a simple Windows notepad, which is obviously outside of the VM. So is there anything else in there? Doesn't look like it, does it? Oh no, creds.txt. So we've got creds and creds.t. So they're obviously looking for something. Let's just whack that in the that's the same one. Let's try that again. Can we copy that? Oh, summary as text. There we go. Creds.tx. Anything else? Nope, okay. Few access denieds. Okay, so we can follow the stream. Okay. So one thing that you can do in Wireshark, or a couple of things you can do, depending on the packets, I think you can actually export some of the files. So if it's got objects in there, then in theory you can export it out. So let's try SMB, because it's that type of traffic, isn't it? Okay. So nothing there. Let's just try HTTPS, which obviously it isn't. HTTP it isn't, but just check anyway, because it's worth checking, right? Okay. So the other thing that we can do is, if we, again, follow it, we can export this as just a massive dump. So if we save that, in fact, actually, if we can copy that, can't we? So if we copy this, will it let us get? And we whack this in to something like CyberChef, and we can see what CyberChef makes of this. I discovered CyberChef, I don't know, a while back now. I can't remember where I discovered it, but it's a brilliant site. So let's get CyberChef up. Okay, right. So let's paste that input, and from hex. Okay. Can we do any magic on that? Let's get rid of that. What does magic give us? Alright, so it's from a hex dump. So it has, yeah, it's obviously seen that. So if we do from a hex dump, that's just noise. But we want to get, because the thing in here said, get the contents of the stolen data. So can we extract what have we got? Extract files and bake it. Oh, here we go. Right. Okay. So we've got two. Anything else in here? Okay, let's take these. So let's save that, and let's save that. Okay, so what's in this one? Okay, secrets.png is a password protected box. Okay, don't know what the password is. What's in the other one? And that can't open. So that's the only one that can open. It's asking us for a password. So let's go back. Let's go back to this. Let's put it back to ASCII. Right. Anything here now that resembles a password? I mean, obviously a password can be anything, right? But as you see, we've got creds. So is it something to do with that credentials.txt? Here we go. Archive password. Let's paste that into here. So that says MD5. Okay, so let's go back to CyberChef. Can we turn them off? Paste that in. No? Try that again. Copy. Paste that in. So, in theory, if it's an MD5, which we should be able to can we just put, how do you reverse an MD5 then? Because that's just going to MD5 it, isn't it? Can we do can we do magic on that? Is there anything in here? Okay. Favourites. Magic. Do we get anything in here? It's the same thing. Do we need to hex dump it first? So if we go back to here, we find that. Although we've already got it, haven't we? In here. Is it in here somewhere? Okay, what am I missing here now then? What am I missing? Again, I guarantee people are screaming at the phone, computer, television, whatever you're watching on, that it's something supremely obvious. If I take off that if I take off that, can I? What happens if I put another MD5 on? So that just MD5. That just MD5's that. Can you analyze the hash? Turn that off. No. Okay, so how do we get... Let's bin all this off for a minute. I actually don't know how to un-MD5 something. So I'm going to have to quickly Google this because I don't know. I don't know. There must be something that isn't in here. Okay, I'm going to be back. 2 seconds. Okay, so I don't think there's anything in CyberChef that can do this, and I'm happy to be told in the comments there's something to do it. You can't reverse a hash. You've got to do it via a lookup table. So I found a website called multitoolspro.net, which can decrypt MD5 hashes. I whacked in the hash, and it's given me that as a... I don't know what that is. I'll try that as well. But that, is a word I recognise. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to try and open that. Oh, we have a winner. We have a winner. Okay. I haven't got a phone with me to scan that QR code. What happens if I just whack this into... What was that? Does that read anything? Scan text. Visual search with Bing. What does that do? It's just going to give me other things, isn't it? So if I just say decode QR code, is there anything that will decode? Oh, let's just go to bing.com. QRdecoder.com. Here we go. Right, so drop a QR code here. So I suppose I'll have to save it from wherever I put it. So if I do save as, and we'll just whack it in our downloads, and we'll call it QR. Let's bin that off. Let's go back to this. Let's go up. And let's just drag that in here. And there we have the flag. Get in. Let's paste our flag in. And brilliant. Okay. That worked. I'm chuffed with that. I need to do some more learning on things like MD5, I think. It's obviously a gap in my knowledge. But no, so let's look at what we did. We opened up the attack box. We scrolled through the packets and we found that stashed data, which was a zip. We also continued to scroll and we found that kind of password hash, that MD5 hash. We used CyberChef in order to... we exported the PCAP data to a hex dump. We used cyberchef.io to look at that dump and then ran a decode on the hash to get the password. And then we got the QR code, which I didn't have a phone handy, so I couldn't scan it, which you really shouldn't do anyway, I suppose, to be fair. So we used a QR code detector, and that gave us the flag. Brilliant. Okay, so I think, I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I might try another one. Maybe this week. We'll see if I can do another one of the tryhackme games. So have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you again soon.